everybody. Today we're going to be doing a review, kind of a versus video of a 4th gen Toyota 4Runner versus a 5th gen Toyota 4Runner. Both great vehicles, both have some similarities, and both of them have some things that are a little bit different. Stay with us today here on Charleston Car Videos. So first off, I want to say thank you for taking the time to click on this video here on youtube.com and here with our channel. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more reviews like this and many more. We have tons and tons of videos here on Charleston Car Videos. Due to my love and passion for filming vehicles and doing for sale videos and reviews of vehicles over the past 10 plus years on YouTube. So anyways, the 4Runner, right? Well, a lot of us just absolutely love Toyota 4Runners. I'm actually a person that's right there with you if you love a 4Runner. I've personally had the 2002 Limited SR5 with 4-wheel drive back in the day, and then currently today I drive a 4th gen 4Runner, kind of like this, but mine's white. Now, of course, you know, every day going down the road, I see 5th gen Toyota 4Runners going down the highways, and I absolutely love them. I mean, they are great looking vehicles. Now, one thing, I'll be kind of straight up with you. I mean, the pricing of a new Toyota 4Runner, if you're looking at a 2019 or even if the 2020s are already out, is pretty high. I mean, they are not cheap vehicles. Now, I don't think a Toyota 4Runner ever was really a cheap vehicle to buy, but again, go out there and price yourself one of those TRD off-road package 4Runners with the hood scoops, the lift kits, and sporty wheels and all the extras they have. I mean, you're talking about a $50,000 to $60,000 vehicle. Now, I don't know if the Toyota 4Runner was ever up there like that amongst the pricing, but again, you're getting a ton of bang for the buck with those 4Runners. They got a lot of features on them, a lot of options and tech features, and I mean, just the Toyota 4Runners now, the 5th gens and the newer ones, they are definitely a totally different type vehicle than this over here. I mean, the just overall, from the Toyota 4Runner when it got started to what it is now is, of course, a totally different vehicle, just like most vehicles on the road nowadays. I mean, even with Jeeps, I mean, go back from getting maybe a TJ Jeep back in the 2000s and whatnot, or a YJ, and then go looking at a JL 2019, even versus a 2012 JKU. I mean, the technology and extras and things they have on them is way different than just something like this right here. But anyways, with that being said, you know, a lot of us people here in the United States of America, well, we love all of our cool techie stuff, but some of us people are still a little more simple. We like the simple things in life, and we like to be able to work on our cars ourselves right there in the driveway and whatnot. Get out there with your son or daughter and, you know, do the oil changes and do some of the services and work on your car, hooking it up, fixing it up yourself. Now, I'm not going to say that you can't do that on a newer 4Runner, but one thing's for sure, this right here, the 4th gen, to me seems like one of those 4Runners that it still has a little bit of simplicity to it. So anyways, with no further ado, with this long-winded talk here at the beginning of the video, let's go ahead and dive in and start looking at both of these and seeing what the differences are. So we know differences as in body style, right? I mean, definitely a lot different. Now, here's what we got here today. We have the last year model of the 4th gen, 2008. And then over here to the right, we have a 2011 5th gen 4Runner, which I'm pretty sure in 2009 is when this body style came out. And I'm pretty sure, even though this is a 2011, it's pretty similar in styling to a 2009. I believe the 2019s and whatnot are still a little bit different than this right here. Maybe some upgrades with the front bumper, the headlights and all. Of course, the headlights. I mean, this generation here, the headlight is not as pointy and squinty as the new ones, and it doesn't have, you know, the new one's got that real sharp pointed line on the front, and then it's got the fog down at the bottom. It still has, though, on this, the actual same body, right? I mean, you know, tail lights, the actual shape of the 4Runner is still about the same as the 2019. And I don't really know, I still got to do some studying myself here, but I mean, is this technically a 4th gen, a 5th gen, and then is the 20, maybe 15 or 2019, is that a 6th gen 4Runner? Not exactly sure. Get in the comment section and let me know on that one, some of y'all 4Runner experts. So, you know, I'm just going to give you my opinion. of why I pretty much like both of them, and then maybe some things I like on the new one versus the old one, and the old one versus the new one. The older one, I'll tell you what I like about it. One thing, I like that it's still a good size, you know? I mean, the newer ones here have gotten bigger. When you really don't notice it so much until maybe you get inside of this 4Runner here. And now listen, I like it, okay? But and I like sitting up a little higher. So this one here is pretty much all stock height, the same as that one over there. Neither of them have any leveling kits or lift kits on them. But when you sit inside of this particular 4Runner here, it seems to sit higher up. Now it probably is because the suspension and all is the whole vehicle sits higher than the 4th gen over there. But I mean, even just sitting in the seat here, it just seems a lot higher up off the ground, which actually, now that I think about it, I like, you know. I like sitting a little higher in my car, and, you know, that's why we always want to, you know, put a little leveling kit or a lift kit on our 4Runner. We want to sit a little higher, but also, if you really want to get out there and do some off-roading, you want your vehicle sitting up higher so you're not hitting as many rocks and things like that. It's a really tough video to do right now, and now that I'm actually sitting here talking about it, I'm kind of backtracking a little bit because I really do like the 5th gen a lot, you know. I really do. I mean, if I could have a 4Runner right now, I'd love to have a 5th gen 4Runner, the TRD package and all that special stuff. But at the same time, I really love this here, and I love the O2 body style as well. I love that one. I think I really like just 4Runners in general. So one thing I like about this one, I like the hood scoop on the front, okay? You know, my 4Runner's a little bit older. I have a 2004. I like how the 08 has this kind of all built in right in here. Mine doesn't have that so much on the grill. And I like how the fog lights are down there. I actually like the fog lights better how they're set up on here than I do on that one down there. Just that particular model in general. You know, I'm just talking about this particular one. But you know, the wheels look pretty good. This is pretty much, you know, I think I even remember seeing this rim even maybe on a Toyota Sequoia at one time or another. But just a nice solid 1, 2, 3, 6-spoke wheel. You got your running rails at the bottom. Then you got your running rails up top. This 4Runner here's got the Sport Edition package on it. It's not four-wheel drive. Neither of them are four-wheel drive. But, you know, one thing's different than my 4Runner versus this one is I don't have the Sport Edition package, so I don't have these tubular type side steps here, and I don't have the tubular type roof racks up there either. Mine are a little more plastic kind of thing going on. The same with down there, which, you know, looks fine and dandy and all, but over the long haul of owning one of these vehicles, this is gonna hold up a lot better. The same with those down there. I mean, mine, the end caps on them, and some of y'all might know if you got a 4th gen 4Runner, the end caps on them start cracking and fly off. I was at the car wash a couple weeks ago, spraying the top up there with a pressure washer, and just flew the thing off. Next thing you know, it's on the ground. It's completely cracked and broken. So I like that right there, right? This right here is actually a lot more similar to what I have on mine. That's what I'm talking about, that cap and that rail. So this right here over time is a lot quicker to crack and break and fly off. And then next thing you know, you're having to spend $80 to $100 to replace them. Now, I will tell you, I love the rear end on the 5th or the 4th gen 4Runner. I like it a lot. It's just a really good looking rear end on this car. I also am a big fan of this particular spoiler here on this one. Some of the 4th gen 4Runners will have a little bit narrower spoiler. This one's a little bit fatter and thicker. I did a video yesterday talking about it before it started raining outside. But I like this here. I like that the window goes down, okay? You know, as we're looking around, we're going to get to the 5th gen here in just a minute. Some differences here. I like that this kind of has 2 sections, right? Not bad, right? 2 sections, right? Now let's go take a look over here at this one. And you know, I'm not going to say I don't like the rear end on this one. I mean, I like both of them. They both have great looks about them. They really do. To me, I think this particular 4Runner looks a little more feminine. This one looks a little more manly, I guess, you know. Again, it's not a sexist thing, but I'm just saying this has a little more feminine look to it, which is prettier, right? To me, this over here looks a little more handsome. Anyways, both vehicles have windows that drop down. This one's got a spoiler. This one looks kind of thin too, like I was talking about earlier. Backup sensors, tow package. I mean, they're all getting that. I do actually like how this has the word 4Runner on it. Looks great. So that's definitely one thing I like a lot more than I like on these over here. Toyota just didn't do that, right? They just put 4Runner right down here, which is fine. But, you know, in that section, I love how it just says 4Runner right in there. So that's something I'd love to have on my 4th gen if they made some kind of aftermarket, you know, rear part back here to do that. But I don't think they do. Let's see if we can unlock. I've already unlocked this thing one time. Now, another thing I like about the 5th gen 4Runner, it's kind of small, you know, it's nothing really major, but your key, okay? You're definitely getting an upgraded key on the newer 4Runners. I like how this is all kind of built in instead of having the, you know, the two different pieces. You got your key and then your fob or your remote. I like that it's all built in one. You won't be able to get that on your older 4th gens, but another thing I really like about the 5th gen versus the 4th is that you get a 120 volt, 400 watt outlet in the back. I love that feature, by the way. Every time I ever did a Ford F-150 video, I loved always getting back in the second row seats and showing people that outlet right there. So it's great, man. Again, people that own 4Runners, it seems that they like going out, doing things outdoors, going kayaking, camping, overland type stuff, you know, getting out there, having some fun in the world, not as much in the city, right? So I think this is a great feature to have if you want to do some camping and all, and maybe you need to plug in a grill or whatever it is you need to do. But I like that, right? That's nice. And you got a 12 volt, okay? And the 4th gen 4Runner, all you're getting is a 12 volt in the back. Another thing I like back here is this right here, man. This is a great feature. I mean, just boom, hit that. Pulls right on out. You can sit on that if you're at a tailgate party. You can, you know, you can set things on there while you're, you know, out there doing your camping. So I really like how that just kind of pulls out like that. Really nice. Now on the other side of it though, if you got a bunch of stuff, you know, back here like I do in my 4Runner, let's say you got a speaker box or got all your gear or whatnot, that is a little bit annoying how when it does that, you know, I mean, what's going to happen here with all my stuff sitting back there, right? So it's a little bit, you know, on that side, you know, I don't really get it. But I mean, max is 400 pounds, so if you sit all your stuff on there, you can just pull it open and good to go. You got some tie downs in the back. You know, this is kind of similar to a 4th gen. You got a little spot there, maybe with your jack in it. On a 4th gen right here, and I love how they still have the cubby hole there, but we have a you know, we got a little piece of plastic that covers ours on our vehicles. And I like how this one kind of goes down farther like that. You got these here. On the 4th gen 4Runner, you don't have it open like this. It's covered up and there's a little door, okay? So those are some things I like on this. I also like on the 5th gen how the back seats are set up, okay? You can fold down just the middle, or you can do the side and leave that up, or however you want to do it. You got a lot more functionality back here being able to do it like this. Again, on that over there, it's just a 40-60 back seat split. This has got a little more options there for you, depending on what's going on and loading things and all that. I don't think there's a 3rd row seat on a 4Runner. A guy was out here recently saying that they do offer a 3rd row on a limited 5th gen 4Runner, but I haven't personally seen it myself. I like also that you got speakers built into up here. That's kind of cool, right? One there, and 2 lights. I mean, check that out, right? So you get more lights and all that. Again, on a 4th gen 4Runner, you won't get anything back here other than that plastic there, and your light would be right up here, which is nice to have a light right here to shine down there. But this is nice, and it probably still does shine down there pretty good. But, you know, some of us 4Runner guys and gals, we love LED lights and stuff, and we'll mount our own things in the back of our 4Runners and run our own, you know, exterior lighting to light things up at night. Now, of course, we always talk about money, right? So here's a 5th gen 2011 with 160,000 miles. Selling price on it now in 2019 and the end of October. Today's Halloween. This one is being sold for $14,900 here at our car lot. This is a used car dealership that we showcase all types of cars. We got about 50 plus Jeep Wranglers out here, and we love 4Runners, okay? But again, $14,900 with no credit. You can finance this car with us with $4,500 cash down. It's pretty decent amount of money, $4,500 down, but if you really want this, you'll figure out a way to get that $4,500. This over here, I mean, think about it, not really that much less, $3,200 down, and they're asking $11,900 for a 2008 with actually less mileage than a 2011. This has got 155, and I think this is around 160 to 170, right around in that range, and we'll definitely look here in a moment. So gas places are on the exact same size on both 4Runners. You know, I do like the general grabber tires, but we're not talking about tires today because 4Runner people love getting bigger tires and all that, right? I mean, it's just what it's all about. We are missing the running rails on the bottom. We don't have any kind of side steps or running rails. And I know why they don't have them on this particular 4Runner, because this one's got the chrome package on it and all, and it's a little more luxury looking. And adding the rails on the bottoms and all, probably going to make this look a little more 4x4-ish, and that's probably not the look they were going for this particular model. Back in the day with a 4Runner 4th gen, I don't think they were adding luxury to them like that at all. You could get leather like that. But again, it's all about the real deal with a 4Runner, I believe. Anyways, now something different on the 5th and the 4th, and I kind of like it on this one, but let me know, guys, if you're, and look at this, guys, we got a 3rd generation 4Runner right over there, kind of like I used to have back in the day, same color. Mine was a limited with 4-wheel drive and all, but man, you still see 4Runners on the road every day, man. The old school, the new school, the middle school. Anyways, but let me know, 4th generation or 5th generation 4Runner drivers or whoever you are, do you like that the actual window controls are right here, okay, instead of like on ours, on the older ones, right up in this area here? What do you think about them up there? I don't know. I kind of like it right up in that area. Seems kind of nice, and seems like it adds a little more room to rest your hand at. But you do got a little more cubby hole spots here, drink holders here. On 4th generation 4Runners, your cup holder spots are here, okay, for bottles and stuff. Personally, I kind of like them right here, man. They're a little easier to get to. When you're sitting in your car and the door's closed, you know, to reach your hand back here and squeeze a bottle out, it's a little more difficult than having it towards the front. So I think Toyota did a good job switching that up. Leather's in good shape. It's only perforated right on these little end caps here, okay? I think the one over there has got it perforated down the middles. I may be incorrect, but sunroof, both of them have that. You know, I think the inside of the 4Runner on the 5th gen is really nice. It seems a little bulkier on the inside. It seems like the fit and finish is a little bit nicer, how the dash is made and all of that. Again, 4th gens are just, you know, they're like cars were back in 2000 to 2008 and all. You know, center armrest still pretty good size. You got your controls. I mean, it's still reminiscent of a 4Runner because it is a 4Runner. You know, you still got your little spot here that opens up like that, auxiliary 12 volt. But it seems like you're getting more cubby hole spots inside your 5th gen. You know, so let me know what y'all think about these. Up top, there you go. Got a little LED lighting up there. Sunglass holder, which is still the exact same spot as on the old school ones there. And you got your handles above all the windows. Now, one thing I'm noticing that's different from this to that over there, you got a handle on your A-pillar, which you do on your 4th gens as well. 4th gens also have a handle on this side, which is nice, right? Especially when you're trying to get up in if you got a lift kit. But how about the back seats back here? We don't have our handles anymore right here. So what are the kids to do or friends to do to grab a hold of something to get in, okay? So anyways, you don't have your handle here anymore. And there's the only handles that you have available in here are right up top, right in that area, okay? So back seats look pretty good. Cup holders and all, same spot. But man, oh man, I think I'll take my armrest on the 4th gen over the 5th gen armrest. Let me know what y'all think, guys. I've never been a fan of armrests with the cups right here, okay? I love how on my 4th gen you got a nice big soft cushion and then you press in and they come out and then you got that little tray there. Perfect. You also not getting the trash can spot to put a bag in right here, so they got rid of that. So you don't have that anymore. You don't have your tray there anymore. And you don't have your cheeseburger tray on the front up here anymore. I love those features about the 4th gen. Those were just things I liked about it a whole lot. The roof does seem to come kind of low right here and then dip back up or go back up in the back. So that's a little interesting. Probably due to your sunroof and all. But, and it does seem maybe to be a little bit tighter back here as far as leg room goes, you know, even though this seems like a bigger vehicle, in some cases it seems a little smaller. We're not really going to get into all the motor stuff today. We're really just talking about, you know, stuff that makes you comfortable, the looks and all that. But, you know, the engines are great on 4Runners. I've never seemed to hear anybody complain about them too much. Mine has got a 4.0, you know, V6 inside of my 4Runner 4th gen. I love that engine. It's a great engine. It's got plenty of power. And, of course, I'd love to have the V8 version, but, you know, it's very difficult here in Charleston, South Carolina, to find this body style with a V8 four-wheel drive. I mean, it's difficult. I've seen a few riding around, and man, I'm always envious of those guys and gals driving the V8s four-wheel drives. I'd love to have one. Maybe they imported it or exported it or somehow from up north somewhere in Colorado where they're all riding at. But anyways, if you go to the new car dealership, you can just pick out, you know, four-wheel drive and whatever you want. But when you're in the used car market and you're in a certain price range or budget of vehicle, sometimes it's a little difficult to get exactly what you want, you know, especially in your own area right here in Charleston. But again, you know, my favorite things about this particular body style right here, like I just said, again, I'm not a big fan of the bottle holders there. I like the 5th gen with the bottle holder there. Actually, I was incorrect on leather. Leather is just all one big solid leather piece, no perforated on there. Now, maybe they have on different ones, but again, I love this feature right here. I mean, it's awesome. I love it, man. I don't know how many times I've used it, and I've owned my 4Runner now, my 4th gen, for about 5 months. I use that feature every day or every week, man. Getting the kids in the car with me, you know, my wife, sit down, put your burger there, eat it, good to go, okay? So I like stuff like that. I like how the cup holders are right there. You know, it can hold a nice big cup. There's just so much I love about the 4th gen 4Runner. I really do. Mine personally, you know, I want to put a lift kit on it with some bigger wheels and hook up the suspension a little more, and then I think I'll be just a happy boy. But like I said, I love this right here, a nice big solid cushion, and how that rolls out there. Then you got this here, perfect. And again, that right there, man, that's awesome, especially when you got kids. So much to talk about, so much to look at. These actually do the same exact thing. Look at that, jets right up just like a 5th gen. But again, this right here is great. It's the little things like that that really seem to make a difference sometimes, you know. See what I'm talking about? Got one right there. Little stuff like that, man. But anyways, those are also things you could probably add on to your 5th gen if you got one. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching. We've already been in about 18 minutes. So I hope you got to see 2 good-looking 4Runners. Let me know. If you could pick between the 2 of them, which one would you pick? 155, 11.9, 160, 70, 14.9. Which one would you pick? Let me know, guys. Have a great day.